One of my mentee, let's call him Arjun, was really ready for his next level of movement. He got a call from the recruiter. The package was 80 lakh rupees per annum. The role was of a procurement head. Absolutely bang on. His skills there, his experience, 15 long years was almost there, right? And what else would one need to get to that position? And then the HR found his current CTC. After that, he went completely silent. No callback, no explanation, just pin drop silence. Now, here is what I want to ask you today. Is this Arjun's failure, or was it simply a positioning problem? Because if you ever felt your market worth is more than what you actually get right now in terms of your CTC, this video is specifically designed for you. Hi, my name is Vishal and I work with specifically mid-career professionals having rich experience of 10, 15, 20 years of overall journey. Now, there are people who feel that they are stuck at a certain salary bracket, and whereas their market worth, their value is way higher than that. That's where we come into the picture. And Arjun's story is not unique. I get such messages every week. Talented, experienced, and track record is amazing. However, when it comes to getting those jobs which are beyond 50 lakh rupees of salary, in fact 1 crore plus salary, they get filtered out before even they get into the interview calls. That's where we come into the picture. And today, I want to break it down. In case of Arjun, what exactly happened, the real story, the real problem he encountered, and most importantly, the path and the direction way forward Arjun can take to make sure that he gets what he deserves. So let me give you Arjun's full picture. Arjun was working in one of the reputed Indian automotive company. He was holding a 15 years of rich experience. He was stuck at 14.5 LPA. But from 14.5 LPA with 15 years of experience, what is the next movement for him? He was clueless. He had built category management strategies. He had negotiated crores in savings for the company, but his salary has not moved in proportion to the value he brings on the table. We worked together, we repositioned him, we actually restructured how he can show his impact to the recruiters and the companies he was targeting. And good news, within a defined period, he doubled his salary, moved from 14.5 LPA to 29 LPA. This was a massive win. He deserved every rupee of it. But then something interesting happened. He got comfortable and the market moved faster than him. That recruiter call at 80 lakh per annum, that exposed something very important to Arjun. The gap was in his positioning and perception. The market saw a 29 LPA professional, not an 80 LPA leader. And here is what most people do when they realize about this gap. What they actually start doing is they start exploring for an IIM executive degree or some certification that can help them reposition and rediscover their true value, their true worth. Arjun himself wrote to me,
"Shall I do an IIM executive program?"
which is on AI, or shall I start working on something which is to deal with the executive leadership which can bring in that next level? And I want to be very honest with you here. If you have time, if you have money, if you really want to do an IIM executive program, I am not at all against it. But just check on your real resources available to you at this moment. Because a certificate cannot fix a perception problem, and certificate is not even your answer to your CXO conversation. What actually bridges the gap between where you are right now and where you want to be to lead a company, to reach to an 80 LPA or beyond kind of a salary? There are 3 important things which you need to ensure. Number 1, practical AI fluency. not a theory, not a classroom. Actual hands-on usage of AI in your domain. In case of Arjun, it's actually procurement and supply chain analysis and how AI is changing, shaping supply chain and procurement. How AI is changing sourcing decisions. How do you use AI to build smarter category strategies? This is what makes leader relevant in 2026. Number 2, executive presence and leadership language. There is a specific way in which CXOs communicate. There is a specific way they carry themselves in the important rooms. They get into the interviews. There is a specific way in which they negotiate their salaries. This is, by the way, learnable. But most of the people think that it's gonna be automatically coming back to them once they gain that rich experience. No connection at all. Number 3, the most important, a documented 5-year roadmap. That plays a big role. This is the one which nobody feels comfortable talking about because you are still hung up in 1 year or max 2-year planning. But I am referring to here 5-year roadmap. When a recruiter or a board asks you, tell me where is your career going towards in the next 5 years, you definitely need a real answer, not a rehearsed answer. A strategic, credible, really practical answer that makes the other person, if let's say it's a CXO or a HR director on the other side of the interview panel, this has to land in their head that as if you are strategically aligned and planned for your 5 years journey. Arjun and I have a call coming up soon where we are going to plan his 5 years roadmap on a one-on-one call. His goal is 50 LPA in 2026-27 and then 2029 he is going to gun for 90 LPA to 1 crore of CTC. And that's gonna be possible if you have the roadmap and the milestones clearly laid down in front of you. And this is not a dream, this is a true plan. Now let me tell you, the biggest mistake mid-career professionals make after they have got their big win in terms of getting to a 50 to 100% hike. In case of Arjun, it was already double the salary, but somewhere he got comfortable. When you reach 25-35 lakhs, you feel that I have kind of now know the path and I don't need any mentoring and coaching further. Not at all at point. Because you start settling into the comfort zone. You stop repositioning yourselves. You stop building your external presence and external branding. You stop having strategic career conversations. And 3 years later, the irony of the situation, you are sitting on a similar kind of a number. If you were at 25, now you are at 35. That's it. And that's where you stop growing and you feel really that as if everything is like this only. The 2x breakthrough is not the final destination. It's a launch pad. If you are watching this and you have already produced one of the breakthroughs, could be 50%, could be 2x your salary. Congratulations, because you have put in some work to get there, but not intended to stop there and think that now I'm being taken care of. Hence the question is, what's my next move? Because the gap between 30 LPA and 80 LPA is not just something which is gonna be getting bridged automatically. It is a positioning gap, it is a perception gap, it's a leadership language gap which you need to work on. And good news, all of these are fixable if you are ready to commit to the process and work along hand in hand. Every time, every Tuesday, I run a live Q&A where I actually take on those questions from people like you who are feeling that what is my next step, what is my next move? I have produced one of the breakthroughs. Now I want to go to the next level of my career. So I invite you to join us every Tuesday at 8 p.m. sharp where I am ready to take on your questions. I am super excited to learn from you. How are you feeling at this moment in terms of your career, in terms of your salary, in terms of your interviews, in terms of your resume, in terms of your LinkedIn? We follow a beautiful framework called address. A is for AI, D is for differentiator. How do you differentiate yourself from the market? Position yourself. R is resume building, E is executive presence, S is soft skills, and last S is salary negotiation and interview mastery. This is what we keep covering every Tuesday, and we take on the questions so that you don't feel stuck at one point of your career and you are hesitant to move to the next level of career. I invite you every Tuesday 8 p.m. sharp to come and ask your questions and take on your next level of growth. The link is provided in the description below. You just need to click on the link and become a part of Career Dwar community, where I would love to answer your questions which you are facing on daily basis, be it in terms of relationships in your current company, relationship with boss, relationship with the higher ups. Every damn question is getting answered in this Q&A call. Drop a comment below, write a word next. If you have already produced a breakthrough and now you are thinking and wondering what could be my next move in my career, please ask your question in the comment box. I would personally read it and reply back so that you get ready, you get empowered to produce the next result. And if you know someone who got a recruiter call and then after he or she actually told about the credentials he or she is holding and then no callback, nothing came back, you can share this video with that person so that they get to know about the community, they get to solve their real problems at real time and get going. So I will see you Tuesday 8 p.m. Do not miss it. Your chance to create your career, and that too powerfully.